Welcome everybody. It is the calm after the storm. After 2 days of heavy and severe weather in Minnesota, we finally have a beautiful sunny day. The caretakers and interns have been extremely busy filling pools, cleaning habitats, setting up all the toys. And we are here with brothers Jeremy and Simon. And hopefully they'll take a dip in their pool, but you know, cats sometimes are cats. He found a treat on the side of the pool. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. As you know, Judson's on vacation, so I'm here. I just first of all want to thank everybody because we wanted to purchase 2 stock tanks for tigers Pandora and Paulina, and you guys made that happen by your donations yesterday, so thank you. Those stock tanks have been ordered. It won't be as deep of in-ground pool as you see with Jeremy and Simon here, but that's okay because those ladies like to just lounge with their head above the water, where these guys usually will take a big dip and splash and kind of sometimes sink each other under the water. I know a lot of people think taking care of big cats is glamorous, but actually I hear the interns and caretakers always complain about how dirty Simon and Jeremy's pools are. They love to poop in their pools, bring dirty things in their pools. And I think sometimes the cats have gotten so smart, every time they come out of being shifted into their bedrooms, they explore the entire habitat knowing how spoiled they are, and that the caretakers always put enrichment, not just in 1 spot, not in 2 spots, but 3, 4, 5 spots for them. So we'll zoom back. So everybody's been waiting for this weather, it's nice when we get a couple of these wonderful, wonderful days. The cats are enjoying it too. We'll see how long it takes for them to dip in their new pool and how long it'll take to get it dirty. So if you're new to the sanctuary, we're the Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone, Minnesota. We're a last hope rescue for big cats. Jeremy and Simon came to us from a zoo that wanted to upgrade their protocol and become AZA certified. To do that meant that they could no longer exhibit or breed white tigers, since white tigers have no conservation value in captivity. So they signed a contract stating they would get out of the white tiger breeding business, and we agreed to take the final offspring here at our sanctuary. And these 2 boys arrived at about 5 months old. So today's been a really exciting day. I have a few announcements while we watch Jeremy kind of get used to his pool, or I think that's Simon, and then Jeremy I think went back in the building to see Miss Pandora. That we have new animal care interns starting today. So not only do we have our wonderful existing caretakers, interns, but we have a group of new interns starting, which will be great for mowing, habitat enhancements, husbandry, things like that. And we also, as you guys all know, our animal care manager, Teresa, has transitioned to our animal wellness manager. And what that means is we want to stay true to our mission as much as possible, and that we have an animal wellness manager who's going to be really focusing on the individualized care of each cat, and bringing that back to the animal care department. If older cats need more platforms, if cats are really picky with meds, she can help that way. Definitely put together the individualized plan for every single cat. And then we hired a new animal care manager who also started today. And the difference is that the animal care manager, Anna, who started, is going to really focus on the daily activities, doing those double check locks with the caretakers, also making sure that our amazing caretakers and senior caretakers always are getting further trained and development needs. The biggest thing is our sanctuary is we always want room for our staff to grow, not only in development and skills, But, you know, our bodies wear out, especially this hard labor. And when somebody can't be a caretaker anymore due to physical demands, we still see a huge value in all their knowledge here at the sanctuary and want to have job openings for them to move up and help manage departments, manage people, and give more individualized care for the cats. So to us, it's a win-win for the cats and the animals. And you also know that we have a new full-time veterinarian starting at the end of the month. So we continue to grow, and every time we grow, it's to further our mission and to further that individualized care and treatment for every animal we rescue. So you'll be seeing some new faces around, but don't worry, you'll see all the old faces that you love. You know, Alyssa is here. Michael is still here working in this area today. And then also, if you guys remember Misha was a former caretaker. He's come back as a seasonal caretaker. He just won't stay through Minnesota winters. So we're so thankful for those caretakers that don't mind Minnesota winters, or I should at least say just tolerate the winters. Well, you guys really don't want to play in your pool today, but you're sure enjoying all the other goodies that the caretakers brought out for you. So we'll go a little bit on the sanctuary stroll today. So today I was also taking some time to go through some old things here at the sanctuary, and I had so many paw prints from residents that had passed, and sometimes I had 2 and 3 of them, and I just can't keep all that stuff. So we are going to be doing a memorial online auction, and so you'll want to stay tuned to that for next month, where it'll be keepsakes from so many of our residents that are still in our hearts but no longer here with us at the sanctuary. And those duplicates, I also spent some time actually tossing them into our pond so that they're forever a part of the sanctuary as well. Well, Alyssa, it looks like the cats are being cats, as I like to say, and they both went back into their indoor buildings.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd be like
Well, we're going to go around a sanctuary stroll and see who else is around. You'll see that I'm putting on the wish list today. What did I say? Can openers. I was looking for a can opener so I could bring Dash and baby Jenga theirs. And what I loved is there was no can opener to be found because can openers were in Hybrid Haven to give tuna treats. You guys had can openers to give tuna treats. Yep. And so there's never enough can openers to everybody carrying around cans of treats for the cat. So thank you guys. I'll let you get back to work. As part of our protocol, they had to come step out of habitats while we let a cat out. We have safety protocol, as you guys know, and so we always interrupt the caretakers and interns schedule, but we appreciate it, and I know our Facebook followers appreciate it too. So all right, I'm gonna get in my golf cart. There's the remnants of the cans of tuna, and we'll go see who might be out and about. I'm going to take this opportunity, because I don't know if I have for a while, is we have volunteers that help in so many capacities. One is our garden team, and not only do they maintain the garden that's just starting to bloom this season, our memorial garden, but they're putting in a garden where we can do some board member recognition by the Animal Care Center. They do the Welcome Center, which is now the Volunteer Center. But one thing is we never get enough time to spend down and reflect. And one of my favorite places is our Memorial Pavilion. It might seem sad, but what is so important to me is that we don't forget any cat that has passed through these gates, because they all come with a story. None of them can ever stay with us forever. But we don't ever want to forget them, because really their stories are going to help us create a world where sanctuaries are no longer needed, where big cats aren't sold as pets or props or exploited, and that they can actually finally, we can put all of these efforts into conserving species in the wild and conserving habitats. But there's so many that have crossed our lives, and so many of you donate for these memorial plaques. And I know whenever I do, so many of you want to see every plaque, and I wish I could. Sorry the internet keeps coming out, but here's one, and I have to Miss Callie's new one. And we have some barn swallow friends that are making their place at home here. I'm going to get out of the pavilion because I don't have service at the pavilion. I don't know why the Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting, so I apologize. So we're going to go take a drive around. Maybe I figured if I stopped looking at Simon or Jeremy, they might go for a splash, but they're still definitely checking out all the tuna. So we'll take a swing by. A lot of cats have been shifted in because the caretakers and interns are cleaning yards today, especially since the storm. And there's my baby Jenga. And I was actually looking for a can opener so that him and Dash could get their favorite treat, Supreme. So I will come back with a can opener and a spoon. So baby Jenga, one thing we've talked about with him is you can grow stem cells out of fat cells from a species, and they've been really trying to help with arthritis with that. And so we're considering sedating baby and trying that. They can get 6 months to a year relief. And so Dr. Camper's researching that, as now there's been a lot of success with big cats and arthritis and even wild cats in captivity that helping. And so we'll keep you posted. But since baby's healthy in so many aspects except for his arthritis, he was a good candidate for this new type of treatment. And we'll see who else is out and about. So we are going to be spending and I'm going to see if the Cheetah brothers are out to say hello. Well, look at them. They are taking a nap right in the shade. I'm going to see if my mask is here so I can go up and we can do a quiet moment with the cheetahs. I think you might have noticed that on our Facebook page, we're actually posting some 30-second videos as a trial every day. And the cheetahs were featured in one of those. And so we're hoping that those 30-second videos are compelling enough that all of you share. And so we can get more people involved in the sanctuary and the work we do. The more new people we can help educate to keep the wild in your heart, not your home, the better the world's going to be for wild cats. Looks like nap time. As you can see, the mowers and weed whips do not bother these two at all. Cat naps, I think, are some of the most peaceful moments that we ever have at the sanctuary. It is so much fun to watch them play and interact with each other, but these peaceful moments when they just feel comfortable and safe mean so much. Just watching the little dandelion cotton blow right by. I don't know if I can see from here any of their claws that are not retractable. There you go. Notice that their claws are not retractable fully, so you can see his claws hanging out. The spot pattern. This is the safest way to get up close and personal via a zoom lens during a cat nap. I'm going to try and zoom out. You can see right next to them is a bird that has landed in their habitat. We see birds in the habitats all the time. We've actually had heron nest near the tiger pools below before. And you know, the servals and smaller cats like bobcats will go after the birds, but the big cats rarely ever do. I actually saw a bird fly into the head of Lily the tiger when she was here swimming in her pool one year, and it just stunned her. But yeah, pretty amazing that how nature can cohabitate even in captivity. Well, we'll let these boys sleep and we'll go see who else is out and about. I have a feeling that it is going to be a lazy day here at the sanctuary. I apologize again with all the... So these cats I can tell are locked in because they're actually working in their yards. And as part of our protocol, I don't enter buildings or anything because the cats are locked in and we want to make sure it's safe. But two of your favorites that I feel are always on Judson Live posts is Leo and Mansa. These guys are the easiest to film because they just love to lounge. So I'm going to go over and see if I can see some cats we haven't seen for a while. Maybe Caesar or Logan are out. I actually see Kimba and Sophie taking a nap, so maybe I'll be able to sneak up on them calmly and give you guys a close-up of Kimba and Sophie as well. So it just seems like yesterday that the cats from Argentina came, and you know, now we're even talking about Sophia and Kimba being geriatric, and definitely seeing the arthritis in Kimba's back end. He's on pain management, but knowing, you know, once we start seeing old age changes, it doesn't take long for these guys to start being old. You know, Kimba, one thing we can see is that even though he's a really good body weight and actually kind of has a chubby belly, his spinal, you can see his spine a little bit. His distribution of fat has changed, just like in older domestic cats. And we really cherish every moment, but God, you know, I think Wildcat Ridge and other sanctuaries have just posted about this. The more and more we have to say goodbye over the years, everybody thinks we would start accepting it, and you do, you know, we're doing the right thing, but wow, it gets compounded. Saying goodbye is always hard, even when cats give you a lot of time and notice and they're in their geriatric years and they can't live forever. It's hard to know that time is getting shorter before they move on to their new wildlife. And you know, Kimba and Sophie, we're concerned about Kimba's mobility with his eyesight and his arthritis coming this winter. So we've met about how do we make his enclosure smaller for both of them and long and skinny so that he can follow the path with his one eye, which we know is losing vision as well as that if we did need to intervene medically, we can, because sometimes these larger habitats are wonderful when they're young and healthy, but they have to be modified as they get older, and you know, for their own protection. So these guys are on the record 17, almost 18 years old, but they are white lions, and so if anything shows you like white tigers, we see them not living as long, but also it can be just the luck of the draw, just like humans. Some people live to be 100, and others life expectancy is shorter based on life circumstances or health issues. But again, to have them as peaceful as they are, and actually to have Kimba, he can hear me, his head is up, but he hasn't got up to walk away yet, which makes me feel pretty good. Because Kimba likes to be away from humans, but near his girl Sophie. And the things we can really see too is we talk about some of the cats we've gotten from Tiger King and other rescues are really inbred. So these guys came from Argentina and originated from South Africa. So you can see Sophie has that really normal, even though she's a white lion, normal skull shape. It's more of a rounder head, things like that. When you look at photos, because we can't share video or anything yet of the witness protection tigers from Tiger King, you can see they have very elongated noses, very triangular skulls, really deep inset eyes, which is all a sign of inbreeding and can cause major issues later in life. So it's really quite remarkable when I get to see a healthy looking lion that's genetically diverse next to a rescued lion that was so inbred here in the US in captivity, and see the different physical makings of each. It just goes to show us that we should never be inbreeding and breeding animals for our own use and entertainment. Nature makes them a certain way so that they can live, and when we mess with it as humans by breeding white tigers and white lions and even inbreeding orange tigers just to get more tigers, we cause a lot of genetic and a lot of health issues for animals. Yep, Kimba went down, didn't he? So if you're just tuning in, I wanted to let you guys know again, a huge thank you. We put the call out yesterday for needing $1,000 to buy 2 stock tanks, one for Pandora and one for Paulina. They want shorter tanks like Mohan had, so they can step right inside, lay down, and keep their head above the water. And you guys stepped up. I mean, it's just amazing. In 24 hours, you came forward with those donations, and I've already been able to put in the order. And as you know, everything is so supply chain behind that the sooner we can put in items and order them, you know, the quicker the cats will get them, even if we have to wait a little bit due to the supply chain. All right, sleepy it is. So somebody asked how Benny's doing. Benny, the Bengal in the office, is doing well. He's still had a few of his episodes from what we believe is insulinoma, a tumor on his pancreas. And so he kind of has little low blood sugar spells, but we're watching him carefully. I see Griffin. I might not make it in time before Griffin just lays down in the grass and goes belly up. Oops, sorry for that. That's one happy tiger. Griffin. So I'd love to walk down and see Griffin. So I'm going to first proactively see where Caesar and Logan are. If you guys remember, Logan likes to try and intimidate me, and I want to make sure I'm not causing him any stress today, or myself any stress. But he might be in his building. I don't see him out in his yard, so I'm able to get up close and personal here with this beautiful boy. Hi, Griffin. So we won't see Dash today, only because they are cleaning over in Wild Woodlands. So you can see our cats are different sizes too, not only in stature, but in weight. So this group, the Tiger Trio, as you know, are boys and brothers. that love to kind of get each other riled up like brothers do. So we keep them a little fluffier, as we like to say, a little more meat on the bone, to try and curb that brotherly annoyance factor to each other. But Dimitri last night decided he was going to start something with Griffin and Zeke and had to get some time out, didn't he? But then I tried to say Griffin was perfect, and I was told by a caretaker that Griffin then tried to start something. So boys will definitely be boys, and so they have never injured each other, but we know with apex predators and the power they have, it doesn't take much, and it's out of our control. Especially, you know, we do the best we can to watch the behavior, make sure it doesn't escalate, and so far it hasn't. These guys just tend to be really trying to kind of annoy each other more than do damage. But you know, we don't ever rule out that the separation would maybe have to happen in future years or things like that, but we definitely try to look at husbandry practice first, and that might be by keeping them a little heavier, a little you know, full all the time, and not competing for food. It might be more operant conditioning to keep them stimulated, always giving them multiple enrichment so there's no possessiveness over any specific item. Well, I appreciate you guys going on for the sanctuary stroll with me today. I know there wasn't a lot of action, but there's a lot of happy cats, and that's because of all of you and all the support you give. So I really, you guys deserve these quiet and special moments. Do you have a fly on your ear? Thank you, Mr. Griffin, for being such a sweet, sweet tiger today and letting us get up close and personal. And his brothers, one is up on the platform, the other might be in the cave. You can see we're working really hard on trying to keep trees alive in their habitat this year by putting cages around them. Hello. We always try to add more and more to habitats, and that can be a challenge when you get really young, spry, big cats that like to use everything as enrichment. Well, thank you for being part of the sanctuary. Stay tuned. Amy and Molly are going to take you into Hybrid Haven. So that's always a favorite, to see the amazing little guys that you guys help us save, just like the big guys.